Hello and welcome to the fourth training video on how to use the Brainient Studio to add interactivity to your videos. What I'm going to focus on in this particular session is looking at two bits of more advanced functionality. The first is adding a map engagement application to your video, and the second is a product carousel to show off multiple products within your advert. What these both do is allow the user to find out more information, even potentially add things to a shopping basket without actually having to leave the content. So for the mapping application, when we're on our video that we've used in earlier training sessions, we can select the map icon from the left hand side. This automatically gets added to the video, and we can see that at the bottom we have the ability to change the text that appears when the user highlights the icon, and also add several locations to the video. In this case I'm going to change the text to find Brainient, but it could be something like find your local dealer, find your local cinema, something where there's a localization aspect. Could also be used for gamification mechanics, maybe for a treasure hunt or something similar. I'm going to add a new location, and here using Google's API we can start typing in a place. So let's type in our head offices in London, and we're going to apply a marker. We're going to call that marker Brainient's head office, and also put in the address just so the user knows exactly where it is. And then we can add a click-through link. Now this link could be anything we want. In this case I'll just put the Brainient website, but for example it could be a link to something on Google Maps, which could give you more information about the location. So if we click save our video, and then preview, as the video plays we now have this maps button, and if we click on it we can very quickly see where Brainient's offices are. Click on it and it takes us to the Brainient website. So as we can see, really easy to use, but it allows us to add that interactivity within the actual video itself. Now let's go back to the video and remove that icon. And we'll talk now about the product carousel. This is a little more of an advanced function, and what it allows us to do is as the video is playing we can display products in a bar either at the top or the bottom of the screen. We can change whether it's at the top or the bottom in the settings panel here, where we can change the position. For now we're going to put it down at the bottom. Now we have lots of different settings in this panel, and it allows us to change exactly how this bar looks. So no one bar is going to look the same. For example, we can change the background color. In this case I'm going to leave it as black. The border color, which we'll set as blue for this example. The color of the arrows, which we'll set to green. Or we could even upload a background image to cover the lower bar. For now we'll just leave it as that black color. We can also change the settings of the pop-up window that's going to appear when the user clicks on a product that's been added. As we haven't added a product yet, we're going to leave this for a little while and look at that a bit later. And finally, going further down, we have the ability to add a logo, and that adds the logo to the right hand side of this product bar. What I'm going to do for now is add a logo for Microsoft Xbox. So what I'm going to do is go to Google and find a suitable logo. So let's search for Xbox logo small, go onto the images tab, and we'll use this image for now. So let's copy the URL, put it in the URL section, and we can see that logo now appears. Obviously you can upload your own image here, or link to an image that's already on a web server, and then we can add a click-through URL. So in this case we might want to take the user to xbox.com. So that's customizing the layout of the bar and how it looks. So let's just change a few things just to make it look a little nicer for this particular example. Okay, so now it's starting to fit in quite nicely. If we use a logo that has a transparent background, the text would blend into the video, which would make it look a little nicer. Now, using this Add Article button, we can start to add products to the video as it plays. So let's select Add Article, and we can see we have some different variables here. For example, the name of the product, so maybe we're selling an Xbox, a 250GB Xbox Elite. We can enter the price of the item, and also a link to the item. In this case, I'll add an Amazon link. We can also add the time that the product should appear on the carousel. So rather than having all the products available all the time on the carousel, what can start to happen is as the video plays, you're adding the products that the user's seeing on the video. So for example, if it was a review site reviewing 5 different games, as the games come on the screen, they could enter the carousel. Or if it's a retail advert for potentially some clothes, once again, as the clothes get displayed on the screen, that's when the product could be added. In this case, we're going to add the Xbox after simply 2 seconds, and then we have the option to upload 3 images, either URLs or upload our own images. In this case, I already have them saved, so we're going to use Xbox One, Xbox 2, and Xbox 3, and we can click Save. So now we have our product icon. Once again, we could use a image that has a transparent background, and that will just make it look a little nicer. And if we highlight the icon, we can select actually which one we want to use. So now we come to the window pop-up settings. So this allows us to actually define what the user sees when they click on the product. So for example, we can select the background color for the actual window. In this case, we're going to set the background color to be black. The text color on the window for the name of the product, which we can leave as white. The color of the price on the product, we'll also leave that white. And the text color for a button that appears on the product pop-up. So that, for example, could be an Add to Basket button. So in this case, I'm going to put Add to Basket, and we're going to make the button, we'll make it a little grey in this case, but we'll make sure the text is a dark black. Okay, so in this case, we'll have a little pop-up which will show the Xbox, show the price. It will allow the user to add it to their basket on Amazon by taking them straight to the Amazon webpage. Okay, so what we'll do now is click Save and preview it. So the video plays, and we can see 2 seconds in, the product now appears. And if we click on the product, the advert pauses, and we get this pop-up window. So on this pop-up window, we can now select or go through the images. We can see what the item is, how much it costs, and if we add it to the basket, it now takes us to the Amazon page where we can do something with it. Instead of using this Add to Basket button, we can also upload an image. So on this button image area, we could upload any image we want. So what that means is, if you already have some sort of e-commerce functionality within your web page and you have some form of Add to Basket button, you could copy the image for that button, and that way it just makes it nice and consistent for the user. So let's add another article, and what we'll do here is add Xbox Connect sensor. So maybe we're going to now, from Amazon, add the actual sensor itself, which costs £99.50 at the moment. We can add in a link to the item, and we might want this to appear after maybe 8 seconds. Once again, I have a few images already created, so let's add these in. And then we can save it. So now we have 2 images, we have the Xbox and we have Connect. So if I now save this and preview it, as it plays, after a couple of seconds we have our Xbox. Wait a little bit longer, and then Connect pops up as well. And if we click on Connect, once again, we get the picture, the price, and our link to add it to the basket. So this is just a basic example where I'm sticking on a couple of Xbox related articles onto our own recorded Xbox demonstration video, this might work in very many different ways depending on your product and what you offer. I mentioned before an example of retail for clothing. If it's an advert for clothing, you could have the items popping up, but really it can work in so many different ways. It's really a blank canvas, and of course we like to see how it can be customized. So if you have some cool ideas of things you might like to do and you want to know if it will work, email us at hello@brainient.com and we'll certainly look forward to hearing your feedback. That's it for now, but as we upgrade the studio and add further features, we'll create more training videos and go into depth about how to do certain things. Thanks for watching. Let us know if you have any questions.